This is Evelyn. She fell in love with Tom. Evelyn has an incredibly rare condition which she uses to her professional advantage.
I have 2 uteruses. One is for my husband and one is for work. That's my unique selling point for OnlyFans.
The worst reactions have been online, shaming Evelyn for her line of work and how it may impact her family.
They can say some really nasty comments judging me as a mother, putting me down, calling me a slut. I wonder what it's like to have your husband not interested in you anymore. I just feel sorry for your kids.
I quit my job as an electrician after 12 years to join Evelyn on her OnlyFans. My family have judged her coming into my life purely because they don't want me to come unstuck with my future.
Tom's sister Emma is coming over today to confront the couple on their choices.
So how did you really feel when you first met Evelyn?
I'm Evelyn and this is Tom and we're OnlyFans creators.
So we first met when we were around 16. Evelyn was dating my best friend at the time. A few years goes by and we had no contact whatsoever, and then around 2018 Evelyn slid into my DMs and we hit it off from there.
I found out that I had 2 uteruses, or 2 completely independent reproductive systems, when I was 20, though I always knew something was wrong with me from quite a young age. The name of my condition is called complete Uterus Didelphys, and it means that I have 2 completely independent reproductive systems, 2 vaginas, 2 cervix, 2 uterus, and 1 ovary on each set. Having 2 vaginas has impacted my dating life because it's always a bit of an experimentation to try and figure out what feels good. My right vagina is my favorite, so I keep that for Tom, for my husband's, and my left vagina, I don't really like that one as much, so I use that for filming with other people. I first told Tom about my condition before we first were intimate. I like to warn guys, sort of so they're prepared before we do it. He reacted a little shocked, as do most people. I don't think he really believed me, to be honest, until I showed him. And then, yeah, it sort of became real for him then. I decided to start posting about my condition online to raise awareness about different bodies. I had a really positive feedback from it. And also it was really lucrative, obviously, to post it on OnlyFans. No one with 2 vaginas does.
I quit my job as an electrician after 12 years to join Evelyn on her OnlyFans. I think this relationship is extremely healthy for us. We get to film a whole different array of intimate environment where we probably wouldn't do if it was just our normal sex life.
It's just given us such like a sense of freedom. We're always together. We don't have many stresses. We have so much time for our family.
What about this one? Do you want to play with this one? Yeah. Okay, do you want to hold this one?
Doctors told me that it would be unlikely for me to have children because it's very hard to tell which side is ovulating and which side is not. But thankfully, it didn't take us very long. We conceived naturally during a while we were filming for OnlyFans. Very lucky. We now have 2 children.
Okay. No, this one?
Balancing jobs and family life can be really tough. We usually just try and make sure that we have set time aside for our kids and set time aside for filming. We keep it both very separate, and we also just prioritize each other. If we don't feel like filming, then we just won't really push it. The worst reactions I have to deal with are online from strangers. They can say some really nasty comments judging me as a mother, putting me down, calling me a I wonder what it's like to have your husband not interested in you anymore. I wonder what your kids would think of this. I just feel sorry for your kids. The judgment makes me feel upset for those people, to be honest, to be so unhappy that they have to comment on my life. I am so happy with my family. I just don't really let it get to me that much. Tom's family was really worried about him when he first quit his job. He had a really good, easy, well-paying job, and to give that all up, to risk it for something like this, they thought he was completely insane. They didn't really know how to accept me and didn't know if I would be that positive sort of role model in his life that they wanted.
I have never been in this line of work before, so my family have probably seen Evelyn coming into my life, then me changing my structure and my values to go down this route. So they have judged her coming into my life purely because they don't want me to come unstuck with my future.
Tom's sister Emma is coming over today to discuss how she really felt about our relationship. She really didn't like me at first.
Hello.
She was initially very reserved about meeting Evelyn, especially knowing what her background was and how we were getting into online work together.
When I found out she was an OnlyFans model, I was quite shocked. Tom also took a while to tell me, and we don't really have secrets between each other. So the family had some pretty negative feelings towards it and didn't like it too much. How did that make you feel?
Yeah, I definitely found your dad in particular. He had this preconceived notion that I was the one sleeping around and that Tom had to deal with it. And it's really funny because it's complete opposite. It's actually him getting to sleep with all of my girlfriends. So I found that really unfair.
Yeah, there was definitely some judgment from Dad's side of the family around what Tom was getting himself into, and he would tell us to probably talk more about what he did before he met you.
We've had a really honest conversation recently and he's starting to come around to it now.
Yeah, Dad definitely had some preconceived ideas, but I can see that he's coming around too.
Yeah, I just don't think he expected it to be a job and to be something that we could make money in and have a really happy, healthy relationship.
So do you think the relationship can continue like this long term?
I think so. I think it's been really positive.
We've experienced a lot that we probably wouldn't have done
Yeah.
prior to starting OnlyFans.
Definitely, yeah.
In the start it felt unnatural, but over time we've learned to ease up and it's been a lot of fun exploring our relationship in a different way like this. So how did you really feel when you first met Evelyn?
I was pretty skeptical with her line of work, but now that I've come to know her, I didn't realise it would have such a positive effect on your relationship. So will you tell the children what you do when they grow up?
I think we're going to wait until the time's right. Definitely going to be honest with them, but there's a time for that. And I think that when they start asking questions, when they get a bit older, it's going to be a really positive thing to be really open with them, but definitely at the right time.
So what made you change your mind about Evelyn?
Once I got to know her and see what a beautiful person she is, she's a lovely friend, and I'm so glad that she's in my life.
I would say to people that judge our relationship to mind their own business. And just because we live a little bit differently to other people doesn't mean that we're doing life wrong.
I love how Evelyn is so caring and compassionate and kind towards everybody that she comes across.
I love that Tom makes the best dad jokes. He keeps me laughing every day and he's just the best dad to our children. I'm not sure what the future holds for both of us, but we are moving into a bit of a different area. We've really loved renovating, so we've bought some more houses and we're going to just really focus our energy on that. We're just really enjoying what we're doing for now and we'll just see sort of where that takes us.
I agree.
No more children though. Two's enough.